Welcome back to PalmTreeLife. We are at the beginning of this episode, about halfway through, maybe a little bit further than halfway through Abu Bakr's life. Just a reminder that our heir died in his own battle or in a battle. It was not mine. He does have a son, so our grandson is going to be the player heir, and we need to survive 15 more years. What I'm going to do is focus on the vassals and really setting it up. Like if there's some weak, like one province countries to go after, I might go after them, but I'm going to be really careful spreading out because I don't want to kill myself before he's an adult. But if there's a weak moment, I'll try to step into it. But I'm going to focus on making sure all of our vassals are in a place where they will support him. So on a religious level, they're willing to support him. I don't want anybody to be too strong that can try to overthrow him. So I'm just going to try to set him up to do really well. That's the goal in this episode. And hopefully in this episode, I'll also take him over and see how far we can get with him. Well, we've been able to add some pieces over here in West Africa. We did try to go for the Muradid up here, but somebody else beat us and was able to take all of the things. And so we did like a kingdom. We used our invade kingdom, but because the other battle finished before I could finish mine, we lost our invade kingdom and we got like one province. It was really a worthless invade kingdom. I didn't use it very well. We did pick up a vassal over here around Damat. They just wanted to join in because we have a good diplomacy. We are spreading out really good. We are setting up our next heir to do really well. I think he's 59 and he's ailing and he's been super stressed out. Like you can see it. I can't keep the stress away because of all of his ailments. But he is doing really well as far as just managing the kingdom, doing really good with diplomacy. And so hopefully it'll set up our next heir really well. And our next heir is, he is 12. So we need to make it 4 more years and then we're good. 4 more years and we made it. Bokur Abu Bakr of Kanem-Bornu has given up the ghost at 60 years of age. I had a feeling he wasn't going to live much past 60. He drank himself to death. A charming man, he became famous for his elaborate feasts and grandiose balls. Bokur Abram ascends to the throne, having mastered many skills. He is sure to be admired by his subjects. I hope so, because he's 13 and we're in trouble if they don't like him. Because we can't do alliances, like we can't do anything as a kid, so this is going to be interesting. In that, I did try to imprison this guy because he was a kinslayer and he was obviously killing off family and he was getting pretty powerful, and so I tried to imprison him. I didn't get there. Hopefully I can end this before a bunch of people hate me. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen because we already have people hating us. So yay. This is going to be so fun. I can't wait. Alright, I'm just going to show this off. Pretty much half our kingdom hates us. This is what happens when you're a child and you take over, and I was afraid of this. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some people breaking free on independence, and most of this guy's life is probably going to be trying to take back titles we have already conquered, which is super frustrating. But that's just where we're at. So hopefully we can pull this off. Maybe we can get a victory in this. I'm not going to hold my breath too much, though. We have so many people against us right now. We are winning one and losing the other. So maybe we can pull this out. If I can finish off this one, we've got a chance. So we'll see if I can make it through this with that much trying to gain independence. It would be absolutely unbelievable, in all honesty. So alright, we won the first one. Got the Kingdom of Borgu. Now we got to focus on Yoruba land. And maybe we can pull this off. The troop count is going to be close. Well, we didn't win the second one. We had to deal with smallpox. Once again, I feel like this whole game's kind of been against me, honestly, and it's getting pretty frustrating dealing with everything. I would say that the biggest lesson that I'm learning is you had better take all of Africa before you enter into the feudal age, or it's going to be almost impossible. Like, you've got to move fast. Because I'm thinking at this point, until I can actually hand it off in primogeniture, I'm not sure I can do it. It gets so broken up. Like, without gaming it, I could game it, and I could kill off everybody, which I know is part of the game, and I could keep myself only having one son, and I could do those things. I just wanted to play naturally and try to accomplish it. And so, man, it is just not happening, because you're just, by the time you get far enough out, so many people hate you that they're breaking off before you can do anything about it. And there's just so many against you. I mean, when you have basically 5 kingdoms against your empire, which is basically right here, you're just asking to be overthrown. So we'll try to take some of it back in our lifetime. We're 20, so we got time. We'll see how far we can get. Alright, I just adopted feudal. I did it because at 1166 you're going to fall too far behind if you don't start moving forward. So I had to adopt it. What I'm realizing more and more is I just didn't move quick enough early in the game. I wish I would have been going faster earlier in the game. But it is what it is. We'll keep going, see how far we can get. Maybe it's going to take me longer than I thought, though, just because so much of this is broken out now with the independence wars. So we'll see. We have been able to get down into Guinea a little bit here. I do have 2 sons now, so we at least have some heirs coming. I haven't really been able to take any of the land back that all went independent on me. I kind of use this opportunity to let them do their thing. They seem to be leaving me alone. I can always go back and get that, so I'm trying to get the stuff I haven't taken yet that isn't actually in PalmTree. And so that's what I'm doing right now, and then we can always break out later, or I figure if I surround all of them, it'll be easier to just go in and get them, maybe. So that's what we're trying to do. We'll see how this strategy works. It is very defeating. I'm not gonna lie, it's very defeating when you were as far as I was, and I lost that independence war. It was so close. If I wasn't a child, I might have been able to pull it off, but I barely lost it, and this is the result. I'm in it. I'm in it right now. So hopefully you can feel the defeat kind of in my voice. I don't like that I'm in it, but I'm just going to keep trying to press forward. We are 36 years old, and we have added quite a bit. We're well into the Guinea, Mali Empire areas, and we have been picking up a lot of vassals as these break up, and they are Wakism, and some are Somali culture. They're just willing to be my vassal for low obligations, which I'm very willing to do to just not have to take them back over. And we are actually gaining a lot of ground back. He's 36, so we got a little ways to go. I'm at least feeling more promising than I was before. So we'll see how this all kind of comes to fruition in the rest of his life. Well, the Saadid clan over here has broken up into several pieces, so I'm going to see if I can pick some of them off while they're vulnerable and grow a little bit up into that area. Alright, we are spreading out. I was able to just use my invade kingdom for my life, and I took the kingdom of Guinea simply because almost every single county that I could take was available to take. So I did that, passed that off to one of my sons. We are involved with some holy wars over here against Ajuran. I decided to jump in and help them because I am allied to them. my oldest son married one of their daughters, and so we are allied. But also, I figured if I can keep this area weak, like I don't want them coming in here, so if I can keep them weak and defeat them in some holy wars, then I will. We've been able to add in some vassals simply because they were weak. I said, hey, do you want to be my vassal? And they jumped in. I will say, I've had to play with this diplomacy characteristic, education focused now for several generations, and I kind of like it. It might be my favorite. If you already have good military martial backing behind you, diplomacy, man. So what I've been doing is I've been adding vassals in all these lands that I've already taken, that they like Wakism, they like Somali culture, and I've been using my military to attack areas I've never been. I've been using my diplomacy to add in vassals where I've already been. So it's kind of been like I've been doubling up on the ground that I can take. It's been kind of interesting to see that happen. So we'll see how far we can continue to get. We are 46. We're feeling fine. My wife is in prison because she was cheating on me. So that's why she's there. And I'm just going to let her stay there. And that's kind of where things are at and what they're looking like right now at 46. We were able to win one of the holy wars. We lost the other one. It just ended before we could even get there. So we did help them out with one. We kept Arafid. We kept them at bay, but the Shirid, I'm butchering it and I apologize, but they were able to take part of Ajuran, so we're going to have to make our way down there at some point. But it's time to further our advancement, probably in the north here. We haven't attacked up there in a while, and it looks like down here there's we're definitely going after things. Just I've vassals going after things, so I'm going to go more after the north. As you can see, we, for the first time, I think, in our history as an emperor, we spanned from sea to sea. And so we picked up a vassal over here, which got us into the Persian Gulf / Indian Ocean. And then we just conquered a whole bunch over here to maintain our shoreline on the Atlantic Ocean. So we just keep on plugging away. We are 59. We are ailing. We're definitely going to die soon. We do have vassals that don't even like us, which is saying something because we've been very good. So we have vassals that don't even like us. So I guarantee you there's going to be some independence war whenever we pass this off to our son. So that it's going to be very interesting to navigate all of this. We'll see where it all goes. I'm feeling at least a little bit encouraged. Can you imagine if we didn't lose that independence war and we got to keep that middle section there? I mean, man, we would be sitting really good. But we'll have to see how far we can get in the next generation. And I'm just going to be honest, I'm probably going to be a little bit more gamey because we're so far into this play right now, where I'm going to disinherit and try to keep it to one, passing it off to one son just to get as far as I can, because it is getting very hard to maintain at this point. I was able to expand further into the north here. We are 64. We are ailing. I don't think we're going to live that much longer. I switched over to education. I do have Know Thyself. So when we're 1 year away from death, I'll find out. So I guess we still have over a year left. If I can add some small little things here and there, maybe we'll try to do that. But we have expanded quite a bit. We do have people that do not like us that will definitely try to get independence. Down here in Guinea, we took Guinea. This guy took it back, and he is a different religion. I'm trying to sway him, and maybe if I can convince him to jump over to our side of things, we'll be okay. But if that doesn't happen, we're going to be in trouble. But we considering where we were when we started this guy's lifetime, we're sitting pretty good. But we have we still, unfortunately, have a very long way to go, and we will keep trying to get there. Our son has 4 daughters, no sons, so it's either going to be really good that he'll finally have a son, or it's going to be really bad that the kingdom's going to get split out into multiple daughters. We'll see how that all ends up happening. Lots going on. Lots going on. We're trying to keep up with it all. Hope you're enjoying it, just at least seeing how the land is progressing. I know there's not a lot of storyline with this, but I'm trying to just get Africa done. This has taken longer than it has in the past, and I think it's because I started too slow, and I needed to move quicker. But we'll see where we end up here. Bokor Abram of Kanem-Bornu has left this world at 66 years of age. He died of heart failure, although quite famous for his sharp intellect, which is weird because he was... what was the trait that he had? Yeah, lunatic. Known for his sharp intellect, even though he's a lunatic, he could still not outsmart Nadar. Bokor Nasir ascends to the throne, a corrupt and unjust man. Many do not expect his vassals to sit idly by if the realm starts crumbling under his watch. Yippee! That just sounds exciting. I can't wait for that to happen. 38, and my son is at war. So who are we at? Oh, he's not at war. That's a war I already jumped into because of allegiances. But we will see. I'm guessing we're going to have a lot of people upset with us. Yeah, here they come. So we'll have to fight off a lot of garbage again. And we'll see if we can actually win this one. And if we can, we've got a lot of makings to get really far. Still all daughters. And my wife is 33, so she still has a chance to have another child. If it's a son, then I will do everything to keep it to one son. So even if it's divorce my wife, I'll figure that out. So we'll jump in here, and I'll play a little bit into this guy's life before we end this episode. Maybe I'll play the whole guy's life, depending on how long it takes. But we'll see how far we can get with Nasir. If you can believe it, I think we're going to navigate this without any factions. This one, the Independence from Liege one, is very close, but we're keeping it under. And then the Crown Authority one is just under as well. So we'll keep an eye on it, but it's looking like we're maintaining civility in all of this. So I'm going to try to attack a few things and see if that gets us somewhere. Alright, we have 2 full dynasty legacies now with warfare and kin, and I think I'm going to go with law next to get that popular opinion. And then I get a powerful vassal opinion bonus here, and if we have to keep going in this long term, that will help us. That +5, it could be the difference between a faction war and not fighting against me, so I'm going to go for the law. Alright, we've been able to take every single thing on the west here, except for that last one, the clan of Takur. And Kabu has kind of been knocking them off, so I might leave them and see if they can do it. I think I'm going to go after this section in here next. If the Galandid clan has a weak moment, I am going to go after them, but I'm going to kind of have to wait for them to get weak to attack them. And we might go over here and try to take some of this. We're getting closer and closer. You can see that the map is definitely turning light blue. We got to keep going. Hopefully I can get a son that can just take it further. That's the goal, because we're getting close again. Hopefully we can finish it this time. Well, I lost the Independence War over here. I won the one over here. So I hate it, but I didn't lose that much, so I don't feel too bad about it. I basically lost the Islamic stuff over here in the Egypt, Nubia, Abyssinia area. So we'll
try to conquer it back, as we have been consistently trying to do. Just to give you kind of where we're at right now, we did take some of these up in here. Saudid actually beat us to some of these single one province miners over here. So we made it to some of them. They took some of them. We have Takur is fighting us right now, but we're taking that ground back here soon. And we're going to try to go a little bit further. Also, we have a son. Finally, after 7 daughters, we have a son. I did have to divorce my first wife to have another child. My second wife had a daughter first, and then a son second, and then I divorced her. So I know that's a little bit gamey, but we're at a place in this run-through series where I'm ready to just kind of keep it focused on one person, and because we're getting close. Like, we are getting close. We got 2 big ones here to go after, but we can kind of blitzkrieg through the Abyssinia area if we have to. And actually, all of our people around here keep attacking these guys, so it'll keep making them weaker over time. So we'll just keep plugging away and try to get there. I'm not going to be able to do it in my lifetime. Maybe my son. I'm 53. My son is 2. I need to live 14 more years, which is highly unlikely. I don't think I'm going to make it to 67, but maybe I will. So we'll see. We just used our Invade Kingdom to take the Maghreb back, and we called in everyone we could, and we beat them. It was hairy at the beginning, but we did beat them. We took them out, so that was a big win. We're getting close. My son is almost 16. How old is he? 12. We're 4 years away. We are so close, and then I'm basically just trying to wrap up the West as best as I can, so that when he takes over, we can just go central to east and maybe pull this off if we don't have a lot of factions. That is the goal. That is the hope. We will see if we can get this done. Pagur Nosir of Kanem-Bornu has given up the ghost at 68 years of age. He died of old age, and inveterate diplomat, there is no argument he could not peacefully resolve. Bakur Abdullah ascends to the throne, a generous man. Many hope that his good heart will not lead him to empty the realm's coffers on futile causes. And he is 18, so we made it to adulthood. We are at war, but that's because somebody attacked us. We're 90% of the way there. Hopefully we can finish this war up before inevitably people hate us and want to get their independence. But hopefully we can get down the road before all that happens. We actually made it kind of far in this guy's life. So you can see, took the Maghreb up here. We took a lot of vassals down through here. We might even be able to pick some of these guys up depending on how all of the factions happen. We might be able to pick them up. If we can end this and kind of attack here, I'm just going to start making my way over. Just that's what we're doing. We're going to go west to east, attack what we can, take what we can, and keep moving and try to end this thing very soon. We'll see if we can make it. We finished up this battle over here against the Canaries, and we won that. We have a group of people trying to do faction, but we have 3 100s, so I think we can get this down and maybe avoid it. But we'll find out what happens there in the next episode. If you would like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. We are on the home stretch, I think. If we're 18, if we can avoid this independence faction, we are sitting really good to go a really long way, and so I hope we can. We've got maybe 50 years, and I think we can make it pretty far in 50 years under this player character. If we do end up having, I'm betrothed to somebody who's 5. I did that on purpose so that it would have to take time, and as soon as I get a son, I'm going no spouse, so that we can keep going forward in our playthrough and we are getting close. So looking forward to it. Hope you tune in for all of it, and I'll see you next time.